Switzerland's paid prison exits. Why good inmates get cash to leave early. In Switzerland, being well behaved behind bars pays. Literally. Welcome to Weird Geo Economy, the show where we break down the world's strangest financial incentives and policies. Today we're heading to a place known for chocolate, clocks, and quiet neutrality. But here's something they don't put in the tourist brochures. In some Swiss regions, prisoners can be paid to walk out of jail early. Yes, Switzerland has monetized good behavior behind bars, turning prison exits into economic policy. We're in Switzerland, particularly in smaller cantons like Zug, Bern and Lucerne, where local governments aren't just managing public services, they're paying prisoners to go away. Across the country, Switzerland's prison population is relatively small, the system is well funded, and the incarceration philosophy leans more toward rehabilitation than punishment. But with rising operational costs and an increasing focus on efficiency, some cantonal governments decided, why not make early release part of the budget strategy? And so, in certain cases, inmates can be financially compensated for leaving early if they've demonstrated good behavior, completed educational programs, or no longer pose a threat. This is Switzerland's prison exit compensation model, where qualified inmates are paid a fixed financial incentive for agreeing to leave before their full sentence is served, provided certain criteria are met. It's not a bribe. It's a structured policy meant to reduce overcrowding, lower the cost of housing low-risk inmates, and promote reintegration into society. The payment isn't huge. Think around 500 to 1,000 Swiss francs. But in some programs, it can include vouchers for job training, rent support, or even a small starting over fund. And the idea is simple. Spending money on early release is cheaper than keeping someone locked up, especially when the inmate has already met rehabilitation benchmarks. Because Switzerland believes incarceration should be a last resort, not a warehouse. Prison costs in Switzerland are high, averaging over 400 francs per prisoner per day. That's more than a luxury hotel. So if someone has served most of their sentence, poses little risk and has a path forward, it makes more sense economically and socially to help them reintegrate. By offering early exit incentives, Swiss cantons free up space for high-risk or new inmates, lower daily incarceration costs, encourage good behavior and program participation, reduce long-term recidivism by supporting reintegration. The system rewards responsibility and accountability. And yes, it turns early release into a financial tool, refit, or parole into a payment plan. Subscribe to Weird Geo Economy, where even jail time has a price tag and a receipt. This policy is driven by cantonal justice departments, not the federal government. Each canton sets its own rules, timelines, and eligibility requirements. Qualified inmates are typically non-violent offenders, those who've completed a portion of their sentence, often 2/3, inmates who've engaged in educational or rehab programs, individuals with a re-entry plan, housing, work, support network. On the other side are social workers, parole boards and correctional program managers, who oversee the reintegration plan and ensure that payments are conditional, not automatic. And interestingly, many former inmates use this modest payout to pay off debts, find housing, or enroll in vocational training, making the cash less of a reward and more of a runway back to normal life. Some Swiss prisons allow inmates to work inside for a daily wage, and those who accumulate savings during incarceration may qualify for a release bonus if they use the money responsibly. In one canton, an experimental program provided released inmates with prepaid debit cards to track spending and reduce cash misuse, linking freedom directly to financial literacy. Switzerland has one of the lowest recidivism rates in Europe, with some experts attributing it partly to these small-scale economic reintegration incentives that reduce post-prison poverty. In most countries, early release is a paperwork process. In Switzerland, it's a calculated economic decision. Pay the inmate now, save the state later. It's clean, efficient, and quietly radical. The idea that leaving prison can come with a paycheck may sound bizarre, but in Switzerland, it's just another example of using money to fix systems before they break.